You'll start recognizing names and faces. Game day theaters up there. That's accessible through there.
And then are they like voted on?
Eligible, yeah, for so many years. No, somebody must have a nominating committee or something.
Thanks to a couple of distant potential shooters. Come back from the service and then war. This is a the portrait gallery of greats established in the 1950s. The NFL and television formed a perfect marriage during the fabulous 50s, and the best male played for the Canton Browns that produced 3 world championships during the decade. The Browns had their turn in 1954 on Super Bowl victory and consequently by telling their players as them passes. The unprotected Warriors posted 39 points a game of the record. After that muster, skis on the show with power and San Francisco 49ers. There are many offensive programs that are explosive, while wide usually that each other in places. The 49ers still won the championship in the back. And he took
warming up.
In a few minutes.
I just have to say, they don't have any benches for the old.
We found the bench.
The old and decrepit farmers. I thought maybe you were watching the grass grow.
Yeah.
We're watching old people walk by.
It's called limping.
I understand.
Oh, yeah, shuffle.
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 You don't walk anymore.
Yeah, I do.
You waddle.
Waddle.
No, it's like
Like Tim.
this.
Remember Tim Connell used to do
It's like
that?
this.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never walk just normally.
I wasn't gonna bring this, and I thought, this rain's coming in from the south.
Yeah, we go south.
Yeah, there's mine.
How you doing? He's a hell of a driver, I'll tell you.
How's the shoulder, Roger?
I'm okay. How about you? How you doing?
Damn it.
Yeah, and the shuffle.
That'll last maybe 6 months.
He said 3 months, I can get another one.
I know guys.
So when my brother fell backwards, he bruised the front of his brain. Front of his brain was bad right there. And I kind of have laughed. I said, "What's your name?" But they say that's how, that's what Alzheimer's is. It destroys this part of the brain. It uses memory and,
They couldn't have paid him that much when he was playing. Yeah, they.
I was watching the wrong guy. I just watched. Yeah, 66.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Starr attempted 294 passes without an interception, a record that stood for 26 years. The MVP of Super Bowls I and II, Starr's consistency made him a Hall of Famer.
One of my favorite quotes is from William Jennings Bryan. He said that destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It is not something to be wished for. It is something to be attained.
And attain it he did in his 1-yard sneak in the 1967 Ice Bowl. Jim Taylor battered his way to 5 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons in the 1960s. A member of the great Green Bay Packer teams coached by Vince Lombardi, Taylor teamed with Paul Hornung to form one of the most dynamic backfields in NFL history. On tough yardage situations, Taylor was the Packers' go-to guy. He was the symbol of power in the Packers offense. Taylor was respected by the league's coaches and players, but he played in the shadows of another great fullback, Jim Brown. After 9 seasons in Green Bay, he was the all-time leading rusher in team history. If Hall of of Famer Paul Hornung could start a team with any of the game's greats, his first choice would be obvious.
Let's say if you go back to the Hall of Fame tonight, all by yourself.
Well, you know how to
Wait a
get
second,
I'd pick myself.
No, I'm telling you, what is the evil of the question?
Oh.
You're the captain. You're the captain of the team.
I can't pick myself. I average 14.7 points a game. Whoever did that?
It's hard to argue with Hornung's logic, but no player may have done so many things so well. With the Packers, Hornung played quarterback and fullback before settling in at halfback, where he was equally dangerous as a ball carrier and receiver out of the backfield. Hornung also did the place kicking and led the league in scoring 3 straight seasons. In 1960, he totaled an NFL record 176 points. It is a career resume that makes Paul Hornung a worthy #1 pick for any team, even his own. Davis was the anchor on a Green Bay line that dominated the NFL in the 1960s. At 6'3" and 245 pounds, Davis combined power, speed, and agility through 5 All-Pro seasons. The consummate team player, Davis never missed a game in his 12-year career. He captained the Packers team that won 5 NFL championships, including the first 2 Super Bowls. Defense like a night watchman.
Nitschke wanted to be a complete football player. He not only wanted to play the run real well, but he wanted to play the pass. He wanted to be a total defensive football player.
Nitschke's 3 All-Pro selections were a tribute to his hard work and dedication. With his passion for the sport, Nitschke became a symbol of pro football's golden age.
This is Chuck Thompson speaking to you from Yankee Stadium, where the Baltimore Colts are playing in the first overtime period in the history of professional football.
For Bill, I think, had to be prior to the podium that never should a championship game end in a tie. And so they came back to us, all right, we're going to play a sudden death.
John took charge and said, we're going to take the ball and we're going to go right down and score this time. No question about it.
We were moving the ball and took it down, bang, bang, bang.
It's 3rd and 1 yard to go for the championship.
So I get up line of scrimmage and I checked to a P12 trap. Amici went up there.
United gives to Amici. The Colts are the world champions. Amici score.
You know, they weren't long like
Oh, yeah, sure.
Probably played as well as anybody on Sunday after having a long visit to the local lounge on Saturday night.
Sonny Jurgensen got the most out of life and an 18-year career in the NFL. At the height of the Cold War, Jurgensen's right arm was Washington's most dangerous weapon. With 255 career touchdown passes, many still regard Jurgensen as the greatest pure passer of all time.
Well, what is it like for Sean?
Although his statistics and achievements are impressive, it was his passion for the game that set Marcus apart. Giant, pioneer. Fran Tarkenton was all of that and more. He helped revolutionize his position, proving that a quarterback could create offense by running for yards as well as passing for them. But Tarkenton used his legs to complement his potent arm and ended his career as one of the most prolific passers of all time.
No, that's on the tip.
And this Super Bowl III, Joe Namath, number 12, has been the one big sidelight. He doesn't even predict it. He says, I guarantee a Jet victory. Hand off to Snell. He may go, and he's in there. This game is over. The New York Jets are the world champions in a stunning upset. They've beaten the Colts handily here today.
There was such a feeling of elation, joy. The teammates, we did it! We did it! It was just, yes! Oh, it was great. Hey, it's long enough, and it is. And with 3:20 left to go, the Bengals take a 16-13 lead.
The pressure was on in Super Bowl 23.
No question about it. The 3 points is what I was after as the coach. I wasn't thinking touchdown unless the opportunity came. And the key would be that we don't expect heroics from any of our players, and we've done it before, which is great. And certainly Joe had done it before.
We knew that we had our work cut out for us at the start of it, but the thing was, when we got out of the huddle, everybody was pretty calm about it. They knew that we've been in this situation many times before and knew exactly what we had to do.
And Joe looks at me and he goes, hey, AH. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you look down there in the corner of the end zone, the other end zone. I go, yeah. I look down there, and he goes, there's John Candy. I look down there, and sure enough, and John Candy's eating popcorn in the corner of the end zone.
We're 98 yards away from getting, 92 yards away from a touchdown, and he's talking about John Candy.
It was amazing how calm he was in that situation, because any one of those 11 people in that huddle makes a mistake, and that costs us a world championship.
There are all sorts of ways to handle big game pressure. In Super Bowl 23, Candy was dandy. Over the course of his illustrious career, Joe Montana became just the 5th player to pass for more than 40,000 yards. He guided his teams to 31 fourth-quarter come-from-behind victories. He won 9 divisional championships and 4 Super Bowls.
Montana rolling out the right, looking toward the end zone, throwing under pressure, throws his pass, caught by Clark, it's a touchdown for the 49ers!
In his first 2 Super Bowls, Montana led the 49ers to victory, and he was voted most valuable player in each game. Super Bowl 23 was his finest hour. The following year, Montana won his 4th Super Bowl and earned an unprecedented 3rd most valuable player award. Of all the big game performers, none delivered the goods more consistently than Joe Montana.
Was one of the most accurate and gifted quarterbacks in NFL history. Number 8 could break down a defense with his arm or his legs. Young won an NFL record-tying 6 passing titles. He also rushed for over 4,000 yards and 43 touchdowns. Young's finest season came in 1994 when he led the 49ers to a victory over the Chargers in Super Bowl 29. He threw for a Super Bowl record 6 touchdown passes and was named the game's MVP.
Chargers receiver Lance Allworth was one of the most electrifying performers of his era. But during his career, he was driven to meet the expectations of his demanding father.
He said, well, no matter how good you are, there's always going to be somebody who can do a little bit better. And I went through my whole career looking for somebody like that, looking for somebody that was better than me, to prove to him that I was that good.
Allworth was that good. And when he was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he passed the news on to his father.
I got on the phone and my dad was on there and I said, Dad, your son just got voted and I couldn't get out. I couldn't finish it. And it's emotional to me right now. And I realized at that moment that all the things that I had done in professional football and college and all the athletic things that I had done, I'd been trying to prove to him that I was that good. Hey Dad, I really am good.
A man of few words, Barry Sanders' play spoke volumes. During a career that would span 10 years, number 20 became the most prolific runner of his era, amassing 15,269 rushing yards. Sanders was 4 times the NFL's rushing champion. He was the first player to run for over 1,000 yards in each of his first 10 seasons, and is the only NFL running back to produce 4 consecutive 1,500-yard seasons. Was selected 4th overall by the Philadelphia Eagles after playing 2 seasons for the Memphis Showboats of the USFL. In 15 NFL seasons, White recorded 198 sacks with the Eagles, Packers, and Panthers. Although all of his records may eventually be eclipsed, the impact that Reggie White made on the game of football will never be forgotten.
An aura of brilliance emanated from number 32, O.J. Simpson. With a dancer's grace, Simpson leapt to 4 rushing titles. With a powerlifter's strength, he carried the Bills as a 5-time All-Pro. And with unwavering determination, O.J. became the NFL's first rusher to break the 2,000-yard barrier.
O.J. running left, O.J. running forward. Here it is, hey Dad!
How long?
Hey man, Justin, come here, man. Justin, come here,
Where?
You guys taking photos today?
Pretty proud as a crowd. I tried to win that contest, but we were the second person.
Not much padding in those. And there was my high school coach, Terry Canton, 8th grade.
Moderates his teammates. Whatever I might have got in the Hall of Fame or even the it's all a piece of great people. You know, we were real close to all the guys were, and I just didn't accept that. Brand Targeted explains how he made the impossible look sure.
It makes the quarterback much more dangerous to be able to escape and make a play for his team. I had to put the ball as quick as I could sense it where it was in the field. I just didn't accept the sack.
Shula finished his career with 347 wins and NFL record that anyone will last forever.
I would come back somehow, some way.
No matter how significant a game was, Steelers quarterback Terry Bradshaw was rarely rattled.
I was comfortable in these games. Big games didn't make me. I mean, I was fearful, and I had all my doubts like anybody else, but once I got out there, I was supremely confident. I was a big game player.
Backs with the innovative safety blitz.
The first time was against White Tittle. Chuck Drulis got me on the sidelines and he said, okay, well, we're going to run the safety blitz today. He said, now when you get through there and get on the quarterback, jump up and cover your number so they don't know who you are. It was a fun thing to do, and it was amazing to look at the quarterback's faces.
Not there. I think that I wanted to be the greatest quarterback that ever played, and that was my expectations of myself. And so what other people thought I could do was secondary to what I wanted to do.
It was the first time that I was in an upright position.
John Elway remembers what made him stand out throughout his NFL career.
My expectations of myself were higher than the expectations that people were putting on me. Therefore, I had to live up to my own expectations.
It was great. What was really noteworthy about Jim was his heart. What a swashbuckling career.
So what other people thought I could do,
It was a fun thing to do, and it was amazing to look at the quarterback's faces.
John Elway remembers what made him stand out throughout his NFL career.
2007, the Patriots made it all the way to the Super Bowl undefeated, but couldn't finish the deal.
And that is it. The New York Giants have knocked out the New England Patriots. The Patriots will not be perfect. They were for 18 games, but not the 19. That's it. It's over.
Next section. Down here, somewhere. Yeah, catch up.
notice too much. But as the game progressed, and as Matt Snell was able to run, as Joe Namath was able to throw some passes, and about the fourth quarter, I heard all these derogatory things said about the American Football League, and I had to stand up and say, okay, how does the American Football League look now? The outcomes, their rising games, upsets, hit categories, is touch, stealing, elation, joy, tickling, explosion inside. The teammates, we did it! We did it! One year later, the AFL evened the Super Bowl series.
Pump it in there, baby! Just keep it tripping like you're going down the field, boys!
This time, it was Len Dawson orchestrating head coach Hank Stram's game plan to perfection.
65 drops per hour track. And like top wide open, miss.
Following season, the two leagues merged, was better off for it. Feud for 7 full seasons. When the rival factions merged, a new game was created, an event known today as the Super Bowl. Finally, America would learn which league played the better brand of football. The Green Bay Packers have won back-to-back NFL titles. Their opponents, the Kansas City Chiefs, were 18-point underdogs. The Chiefs were in the game until Len Dawson threw his third-quarter interception to Green Bay safety Willie Wood. A close contest quickly became a full-fledged rout. Green Bay's legendary execution under head coach Vince Lombardi proved to be too much for the Titans. Their opponents, the Kansas City Chiefs, were 18-point underdogs. The Chiefs were in the game until Len Dawson threw his third-quarter interception to Green Bay safety Willie Wood.
Go on.